Man, this town is freaking cool. If you guys haven't been to Jim Thorpe, come. Really cool little town. That was the good thing about the first Phantom is it would just, you can knock it around, and the worst that ever happened is I broke a propeller. But I hit that drone so many places, so it was like perfect drone for learning. I remember one time we have this nice property like up north in Canada, and in that property there's these giant trees, and then they're all basically on these kind of like rocks, right? Like this kind of a rocky kind of you know, rolling hills. So many times I've actually gone with the drone, and some of my most epic shots are right up until I go and then I hit one of the branches of those trees, and then I just have footage of the drone going hitting all the branches, and then boom, hit the rock. And it was still a thing. Like I remember my first DJI Phantom, yeah, it was cracked up, and like, you know, I put some tape on some of the plastic that got broken, but other than that and replacing the propellers, it still worked. Obviously, you don't want to do it with like a nice, expensive new one, but you have like an old one or buy like a cheap one, right? Even, you know, like, you know, with this guy's flying, I don't know how much that is, but buy some other like those cheap drones that you can find on Amazon and just crash the hell out of it, man. You won't think. But also you'll build there more confidence, because then you realize when you can push it and when, okay, like you'll just have this, you know, it's this instinctive thing of like, no, like you get this weird feeling and you're like, no, I know, you know, I'm gonna crush it. But then there's other times when you'll have this feeling, but you're like, and then. But that's also how I learned. I remember when I was flying the drones, when to be careful, and came up with like the simple techniques. Like for example, when I do, you know, side movement, I always go up to the position that I'm gonna be at, and then I look in that direction where I'm gonna be going. So I turn the drone, scout it out. Okay, I know I'll have to go up, or I can stay at the same height or whatever. And then I just plow through it and just go. That's what I'm saying. It's like you just have to sometimes take those calculated but risks, you know. The older I get, I'm like, the more I find out certain things, the more I realize, man, I'm an idiot. Like literally, because the more I find out something, I have even more questions. I'm like, but then if that's the case, then what about this and this and this? You know? DJI Mavic, no, I already said. It's the DJI Air 2S. There's no way you're gonna miss that sound.
You gonna fly it this time?
I can try to, yeah. You know, if you give me full, free of liability, any liability. Even if I crash right into the church. It's like, oops, I didn't see the church tower.
A few moments later.
Let me see if I can like go past it. I wonder what will happen then. Oh wow, okay.
Jesus Christ.
That looked epic.
Yeah, it's good shit, I think.
And so Sport is the one where it just doesn't have any sensors, it just blasts through the air?
Yep.
Okay, so I'll stay away from that. Something about this town. I guess the fact that it was built in those days, right, with like that It has that Pennsylvania Dutch kind of look, right? I wonder though, like having a house like up on that ridge, like wouldn't you worry that like 10, 20 years down the line, like part of your property might just fall down?
When you get up there to that corner, see where that telephone pole is?
Yeah?
Listen to the water coming through the grate. That's the stream.
Uh-huh.
This being Race Street, get it? Mill Race.
Oh, okay.
The water could either be diverted down that way, and you can hear the water in all the drains down in those parking lots.
Uh-huh.
It comes out under the big rock, and it comes out through there and feeds into the river. Or at one time, it used to come down here, and the church is built on the foundation of a mill.
Oh, okay.
Can't make it up.
Yeah, it goes under all the homes. Look. Gonna walk in search of water. Thirsty. I didn't even notice it. Has this store always been here? Down the street so many times, and I think it's funny because I always like, you know, I get mesmerized by like those buildings that you see with the nice decorations. So then, I don't know, I just never noticed this. Although there is a lot of cool little funky shops around here. I like maybe like these berries. Is it this tea berry that's like tastes like fruity? No? Okay. Do you have something like a blueberry or something? No? Okay.
You're okay if I just shoot a couple shots then?
Thank you.
Is that all?
Yep.
Why not?
I remember like one time we were in Florida and I feel like as long as you love doing it, even if it's hard work, why not? Like for example, I'll go for fun, and sometimes I know people are like surprised because I love building stuff. I built a sailboat when I was like in my 20s. And it took almost 2 years of my life. Every day after work, you know, I was working doing animation, and then I would come back and I would build a sailboat in my garage for 2 years. And I remember like my friends, my parents at the beginning were like, you're never gonna finish that thing. And I did build it because I didn't do it because, you know, somebody had like a whip and I had to do it so much progress, or I had to do it because, you know, to collect my paycheck. I was literally just doing it for fun, right? So thing, and guess what? In the end, I sold the boat a few times. Now it's like falling apart. It's still sitting there in Canada. But I did it because I enjoyed the process of building. And that's what I'm saying. As long as you enjoy what you're doing, even if it's hard labor. Like for example, if I built for like, you know, family members, I helped build a deck, doing some, even recently doing some like bathroom in my sister-in-law's house. And it's fun for me because again, I don't like the part like when we were building the deck, carrying all the concrete and that part I was like, I let somebody else do it. But once the hard labor is done, just planning it all out and calculating the angles and this and that, making sure everything's gonna stick together and the deck's not gonna collapse or that the plumbing is not gonna, you know, leak and stuff. Yeah, I like that. I enjoy it. So I understand people saying who like doing stuff that might seem like it's hard work for somebody else, because as long as you love doing it, it's not hard work. You know what I mean? All right, so I'll see you another day. To be honest, I would never drive a car like that.